What's the only constant in the fight, though? You are, not the bad guys. The bad guys are all different. So we talk about pre-assault cues, and how important are they? They're extremely important. I did an augmented reality series of training, and the guy said, I've never seen anybody's eyes stay so still on someone's hands. You know why? Because it's the only thing that matters. I had one clear goal. I knew what I was going to do. I'm just going to watch his hands. You've got to do the same thing with pre-learning indicators. They work exactly the same way, and in fact, they're just like pre-assault indicators. How you walk is movement to the window of your personality. It's very important for me to stand right there in that and watch you walk down here. Even if I know you, I don't know you today. And if I make an assumption that you're the same person you were the last time you showed up, I rob you of the opportunity to have a coach that's present, because I'm living in the past. So I watch you walk down that hill. I see if you have energy in your step, see if you stand up straight, see if you make eye contact, see if you're worried, see if you're late. All those things come together for me because it's going to tell me what? Where you are in that moment. And it allows me to get ahead of the student. We talk about gait with bad guys, and they say it's the #1 reason that they pick victims is the way they walk. Now, why wouldn't teachers watch their students walk and understand how to meet them on the field of learning, instead of just doing whatever they want to do and assuming everybody's the same, because it's not that way. Posture plays an important role in shooting, plays an important role in life. All right? Everybody sit up straight. Get your head up. Open up your eyes. Take a deep breath. Are you not more aware? You can't say you aren't. Don't you see better? Now slouch. Stop breathing. The way you like to shoot. See what happens? So this is a window to what's going on, not only biomechanically, but how the biology is affecting. These are the basic postures that exist in the world. Neutral balanced posture is an S-curve that is balanced. So whenever I watch you shoot, and I'm not sure what's happening, what I do is I take this first posture and I draw a line from the top of your head to your feet, and I look to see what's out of place. Whatever's out of place, I correct it. This exists in martial arts. We've been doing it forever. We talk about Hatagei, the stomach skill. This exists in strength and conditioning culture. We call it posture analysis. And it exists in the world of fighting, because we know where a guy is easiest to knock out by the way he stands. The same thing for you as a shooter. I don't teach grip. I teach postural stability, because you grip the gun with your body, and your hand must be alive. It can't be still. I have gone down the rabbit hole of more pressure, and what I can tell you at the end of it is slowness and missing. You have to be alive. You have to be pliable. And the world will work upon you with the forces that are available. What's one force that's always working on you as a shooter? Always, constantly. Gravity. That's the nature of it. He didn't like it too much today because we're standing on the hill, and his target was still. And what did I say clearly to you? I don't care, because gravity works that way. You can't have a stance, you never could have a stance, because the ground gets to vote more than you do. How will you stand on a hill relative to a flat surface? How will you stand down? How will you stand on a step? It will always change. So the ludicrous practice of stance will always get you in trouble. And I can say ludicrous because I spent 4 decades trying to do it. And what we saw in fighters is none of it existed. There's a general good enough, there we are again, because it gives you stability, and that's it. It needs to be neutral at best. When you look at these, none of these are neutral. Either the hips are too far forward. Put that on film. You're welcome, my love.
Oh, it's right. On, babe.
This hips too far forward. All right. This is hips too far back. All right. Shoulders too far back. All right. This forward. Is a flat back. They tend to fall forward as they walk. All right. And then this is a sway back. The appendix culture. All of us, we like to shoot like this, like keep on trucking stickers when we were kids. So all of this will affect you. But what you don't realize is not only does it affect your ability to stop movement, it affects your ability to see. If you lower your head, you can't perceive as well. Period. So your head should never be low. The mapping for the upper neurons of the visual cortex do not exist when your head's tilted down. Your head should be in a neutral posture so you can see.
Is that, not to interrupt, and I hate this is on film, but it is because we don't edit. Is that me? That's me? Yes. That's what I'm doing.
You chasing it because you couldn't find it.
That's it. So I moved my head and kind of went down and went forward. So okay,
This is a good question. There's 3 prepositions for the neurological system. And if you look at the internet, you'll see these. Number 1 is some of us attack. We have a challenge, we pursue it. And that's what Shelley was doing. She couldn't find the dot, so she went after it.
I went forward. I went
Some of us
harder.
clearly stand our ground. We simply won't give. We say, I've always thought this way, and that's the way it is. And then some of us retreat. You're right, it's my bad. I'm going to tell you the truth of the matter. You need all 3 systems to be efficient. And what happens is the posture tells me where the mind is, and that's where the neurological systems. There's sometimes it's good to pursue, there's sometimes where it's good to stand still, and there's sometimes where it's good to retreat. But you are basically a victim of your biochemistry, and it makes you go after things. So I've never found a speed shooter is not prepositioned to go after things.
Okay, good. So I just
nature.
need to work on it.
And I've never found an accuracy shooter that's hesitant. They're super hesitant. They're completely hesitant. They want more time. So they tend to hold back. They want more time, but they stand their ground. And then newer shooters tend to be what?
Retreat.
Reluctant. People that hate the timer, they don't want to step to the line. Okay, and you have to reframe it to them. When anybody offers you an opinion and says, oh, I don't like the timer, you have to say, so what you're saying to me is you don't like to be measured. And they have to answer that, because that's what they've said. If timers have no power over it, use them every day. So the posture tells me the indication of the mind. It's an incredible, useful tool, because how much of communication is nonverbal? At least 80%, but I think it's much higher.
I do too.
You know, you ever just met somebody, you don't like them? You know why. All right, posture, attitude, intent is all there. We talk about it a lot in martial arts. It's very important. We don't talk about it effectively in shooting, though, because we focus on how to shoot a gun instead of how to manage the recoil that's coming to us. So let's talk briefly about recoil.